Gates W. Adams here on behalf of Apex Trader Funding, and I am here today with Assael. Assael, how are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's such a privilege to have you back. I know we had a chance to speak a few months ago about one of your earlier payoffs. So let's just kind of really quick take a little bit of a step back and talk a little bit about what got you here in the first place. Now, you, if I recall correctly, have a pretty interesting story that is in line with my first question. Is how long have you actually been trading?
For a very long time, since I would say 1996.
Okay. Now, you didn't start from behind a screen, did you?
No, actually, yeah, but then I found out it was much cheaper to go to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and trade in the pit. And
Gotcha.
that was in the earlys, in between 1993 to 96.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, how was that experience in terms of just shaping your mentality when it comes to actual trading?
At the time, I basically, it helped me understand the order flow, how the market moves, who moves the market, what moves the market. And then it took me, then when I left, I tried it in and out. And when Apex started, they came up with a much better infrastructure from a hardware, software, financial point of view than anybody else. And it's really conductive to learning and building a strategy, a trading strategy that can make money on a persistent, consistent way.
Right. Well, that's I love hearing the stories of the days when you could actually do that. And quite frankly, just the whole concept is fascinating. I know that they still have tools that sort of mimic the feel of the pit, but I just don't think that anything can really compare to actually being there. So that's always kind of cool. Now, what are you typically trading these days?
Just the mini S&Ps, the ES.
S&Ps. Okay. Now, do you typically trade the same time of day? Do you kind of mix it up? I mean, how routine is your system for your trading?
So now, in order to be more consistent and more persistent in my trading, is I've got only 20 minutes per day, and
Wow.
it's early in the morning, from 6 to 6:50 Pacific time, because after that I have to go to work.
Okay.
And that dramatically improved my performance, because my best trading performance is usually in the first hour, statistically speaking. And I know that from all the trades that I've done.
Gotcha.
So keeping my trades to between 6 to 6:50, 6:55 helps me be more consistent. And each time I try to deviate from that, I pay a heavy price.
Now, that is a pretty short window. Are you typically taking one trade during that time? Do you find two or three? What does that look like for you?
I try to do at least 10 trades.
10 trades. Okay, so you're in and out pretty quick.
Yes.
Quick
I
stuff.
don't use moving averages.
Okay.
So, and usually a good trade within 60 seconds, I'm in and out.
Wow. So you're able to find 10 separate entries generally on a given daily basis. I find that fascinating that there's just that much movement that quickly with 10 different distinct trades versus being in one trade or shifting it back and forth. Obviously, everybody's strategy is different. And so I think one of the things that I get out of doing these interviews, and hopefully that the viewers get out of watching these, is that there's just so many different ways that you can approach this process. And this one was absolutely a new one for me. So kind of excited to hear that. So now you've been, obviously, you said you've been trading with Apex for a little while. How long have you actually been trading with Apex?
I would say about a year and a half, or maybe 2 years, since I've been more aggressive since you came up with the 80-80 deal. And then it got boosted again when you guys came up with the 90/80. So each time I drift out, it's like you guys know about it, and then you offer the 1980, and that, drags me back in and says, okay.
There's people watching everybody's accounts, and as soon as there seems to be that little lag, it's sale time.
Yes.
No, of course not. No, but it is nice to have those opportunities where really and truly for very little skin in the game, somebody can get started or add on to, or quite frankly, take an opportunity to try new things. Because when we try new things, we know they're not necessarily always going to go great the first time around. But without trying new options and new opportunities, it's kind of hard to grow. So I don't know. That's one of the things I particularly like about it. Now, with your trading and the way that you manage this side of your life, because obviously we've got the other side of life that happens after 650. What now do you have?
Well, what happened is I used to try to trade all day long, and the problem was I found out through experience and through statistics that my best trades and all my profits, I usually the bulk of it comes within the first hour.
Gotcha.
And because of I have certain responsibilities, I am limited to 20 minutes in the morning.
Now, outside of those 20 minutes that you're actually in the charts, I mean, is there anything else that you do within the world of trading, so to speak? Is there any sort of a community that you're a part of? Or is this just kind of something that you do solo?
It's something I do solo, and doing that really helped me to stay into that trading window. Gotcha. And each time I try to do something earlier or later, I end up regretting it deeply.
Right. Gotcha. So now, obviously, as you've made some changes in the way that you're operating, obviously in the time frame that you're operating, what is the next step for you in your trading journey? I mean, is there a goal that you have in mind? Is there another pinnacle that you're looking for?
Yeah, consistency, meaning to be able to every 10 days to get $2,000, and that would be nice for 20 minutes of work per day. It will be something pretty much incredible.
Is this something that you're doing on one account, or do you trade multiple?
Right now, I have one account. I'm working towards my second account, and gotcha. And that's where I am right now.
Perfect. Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Do you have anybody that you lean on as any sort of a mentor or a coach, or is this based on your experience? Because obviously you've had an experience that a lot of traders don't have these days.
It's based on my extensive experience and research in my own personal training. Gotcha. And it's through trial and error. And Apex is very good to make it cost effective.
Right. Wonderful. Well, from here, obviously, we get a lot of new traders who are coming into this space and that are watching these videos, just trying to figure out the best way to basically approach their journey. What advice do you have for somebody who is just getting started with Apex and into the option of being a funded trader?
Try to do 10 trades a day without losing money. Don't try to do $100 or $1,000 just to go in and out 10 times, and at the end to have a profit.
Wonderful.
And the profit can be a couple dollars, and that's after commissions. And if you can do that for 10 days, for 100 days, then you have something. Then you can build on to that know-how, to that experience.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you coming back and spending a little bit more time with us. It's always great to reconnect with people that I've had the opportunity to speak with before, and definitely a lot of different perspectives that we get in here. So I do definitely appreciate your time today, and definitely would love to catch back up in a few more months and see how things are coming along then, if that sounds good.
Thank you, and I appreciate that the conversion from Dell to whatever new payment system was smooth. I got approved for a payout within 24 hours of me submitting, and then I got paid out before the end of the month. So that made me very happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes things happen that are outside of anybody's control, and the best thing that anybody can do is kind of roll with it. My experience tells me that Apex has always been very good at that. I'm glad to hear some confirmation on that as well, and hopefully we run into less of those moving forward, but you just never know. What you do know is that they're going to handle it the best way possible and try to make up for it whenever possible as well. So thank you again for your time, Assael. I appreciate it, and we'll look forward to connecting here in a few more months.
Thank you.
You got it. Have a great afternoon.